The voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160, 101.1 FM. It is Indiana in the Morning. We are brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. In studio with us this morning, Jody Rainey, the principal at Homer Center High School. Good morning, Jody.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about changes and preparations for the upcoming school year. And, of course, I would think that the fall sports teams and marching bands are on the fields as we speak.
They are. Well, band actually has been in for about 2 weeks. So I think they're actually giving those kids a couple days off this week, getting them ready for next. But football, volleyball, cheering, probably about 2/3 of the building is in today.
Okay, any big or different changes this year at Homer Center?
We don't have any.
No, it's the same kids and the same people from the last 10 years, right?
No, we have quite a few. Probably the one that's been most talked about so far has been the change of start times for our district. Everything has been moved forward 12 minutes. So our start time this year has changed from 7:35 to 7:47. And our dismissal times for students changed from 2:46 to 2:58 this year. That was just through a lot of study through the academic committee on different research that we've looked at dealing with sleep patterns and other things that schools that have moved back and started later has the data has shown that have had higher achievement and growth rates. So a lot of people are wondering why 12 minutes. That's what we could get and get to work for us this year. And I kind of go with it. Actually, has helped me a lot in the high school from different standpoints of teacher arrival time and student arrival times and things like that. So. The big one would be, so the high school, the biggest change, the kids will, when they come to school, the doors in the building will be available at 7:30. Our teachers will already be on duty in their assigned areas. Students can have access to the teachers. They can go to our cafeteria, or they could also go to, I'll just stay on the patio and have some socialization time. But at 7:47, the bells for homeroom will ring and we'll begin. Also, what that helped us with is the ICTC. We're an AM school with the ICTC, so our ICTC students should be there ready to go on the ICTC bus at 7:47. But the advantage that they're going to realize is we do what we call bug period, which is a school-wide study period at the beginning of the day. They've never been able to access that because of being at ICTC, but they will be back in time to have a 20-minute study period for themselves. So we're hoping that will actually have a positive impact academically for those kids as well.
Now, of course, this will mean different bus times in the morning and then at the end of school, right?
Yeah, the first bus will pick up at 7 o'clock. That was one of the things why the 12 minutes actually occurred was we were trying to find the time, and it just was cost prohibitive to move it out any later than that. And so we realized that this does cause some change, and change is always hard. As a wise man once told me, the only person that likes change is a wet baby. But anyway, so what this does for us is our first students, our first students in the past got picked up at 6:48, so thus the 12 minutes was now our first student won't be picked up till 7. The first bus will deliver at our building at 7:32. So like I said, so that'll be one of the biggest changes. The bus runs, those are all in the newsletter. If that newsletter is on our new website at the district office under resources, it says for parents. If they click on that, there's links to the newsletter that has all the time schedules for the buses. If they cannot access that, then what they need to do is just call the high school or the elementary buildings, and we can provide a physical schedule for them.
And, of course, class times will be different, and I would imagine that your lunch periods are going to have different times too, right?
It wasn't as difficult for the periods for us because all we did was moved everything forward 12 minutes. Okay. So, whatever the schedule was last year, that's in the handbook that's also posted online at the high school webpage. And so really that didn't change a lot for us as far as logistically, other than everything that's got pushed back 12 minutes.
Students, parents have to make preparations to get ready for the new school year. Jody, what types of things does the school staff and buildings have to go through?
Oh, wow.
Do we have enough time for
Yeah,
that?
we do. We start early, too. Our teachers will be in on Wednesday for their in-service training, Wednesday and Thursday. Next week, we have back-to-school night on Monday. I believe that's the 20th, next Monday. We actually, at the high school, will have 7th grade and new student orientation at 6 o'clock in the evening next Monday. And the elementary and high school both will have our back-to-school night starting at 7 o'clock. I encourage parents to come to that for many reasons, but I think the biggest reason is it opens the line of communication. I do believe that the communication is an essential ingredient to making sure that any child maximizes their potential. And so it's a good way to meet the teachers, learn the expectations of the classes. But our maintenance staff, headed by Ed Sutter and his crew, have been working tirelessly. I had to stop the school on Saturday. They were out in the rain mowing grass and doing all kinds of things in preparation. But we'll be ready to go, and there is a lot to be done. I think some other changes I do want to highlight is we just launched a new district webpage. It's the same domain at homercenter.org, and it is new, and so it is ADA compliant, which is benefit for us. And also, if parents or students are having difficulty navigating and finding things that they are accustomed to and used to seeing, we just ask them to contact us because we will be training. I have a training later today on the people that does manage the web page and update it often, and our teachers will receive a training on Wednesday. But it's new, so I've asked to be patient with us as we move forward on this new webpage, because but again, if there are certain things that they can't find or they need help or they can have input on how we can set up the navigation to make it easier for them to get to things that they like to see, we're certainly open to all feedback and suggestions of that nature.
With us this morning on Indiana This Morning is Jody Rainey, the principal at Homer Center High School. Are there any significant changes to any of the buildings or physical properties of Homer Center this year?
Not many big changes as far as the facilities, but we do another change to add to the safety and security of our students is the board has approved moving forward with armed safety and security officers. That will be provided by our team that we've had do our extracurricular activities in the past. We've added some people to that team. So one of the things that they will see different is we will have armed security, safety and security officers during the instructional day. That's huge. But as far as the process of coming into our buildings and scanning their license and visitor procedures, no major changes in that realm at this time. But it is a big move, I believe, to go that route to increase the safety and security of our students and staff and our visitors to our building.
Now, because of the security presence this year at Homer Center, has there had to been any special training for the staff or the faculty at all?
Oh, the faculty will receive training. It's a continued training that we have. Active shooter trainings that we've done. Fire and those types of things. And I think bomb threats or any of those types of things. And I do believe that I want to make it clear, because there is some confusion sometimes, that we still are the jurisdiction of the Pennsylvania State Police. I've had conversations with the lieutenant that let him know for certain that we are not looking to in any way, shape, or form separate or reduce the services. Matter of fact, we have a great relationship with the state police, and we just hope to continue to build that partnership. And, so we had a very open and great conversation, and looking forward to continuing our relationship with them to help increase the safety of our students and staff and visitors.
Will your security folks be in uniform so children and people know exactly who they are?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Taking a look at the high school, how's your class sizes coming along for the next several years?
Well, the high school it's looking good. It's kind of unique. I find that Just a few years ago, we graduated the smallest class I believe we ever did at 53.
Okay.
Last year, we graduated 70, and I have a class that has 80 students in it, and I have a seventh grade class that only has 57. So it's kind of fluctuating, but our enrollment is right around 400, which has been pretty consistent since I've been there. I'm starting my 11th year. Actually, we were probably about the lowest we've been since I've been there is about 380 some, and we've been as high as 430. So this is kind of right in the average of where we've been.
Okay. How's your number of new faculty members? Do you see that increasing, or is it about the same?
Oh, actually, it's I didn't have to hire any new faculty this year. We did, we did interview for a K through 12 guidance counselor, and the board has a recommendation that they plan to act on at the next voting meeting. So that would be the only additional change, but obviously until that vote occurs, then there's no new announcement on any new faculty at this time.
Okay, and of course the buses are all been inspected and they're ready to roll, right?
I hope so. I guess we'd have to ask Smith that, but I'm pretty confident. Smith is a great provider, and they've been a great partner of Homer Center for many years, and so they do a wonderful job of working with the district, and especially with the new start times, that put a lot on their I'm sure on their logistical planning for this summer. So, I believe they're ready to go, and we do appreciate their efforts because they're a vital partner to what we do.
Jody Rainey, principal at Homer Center High School, joining us this morning. Jody, thanks for the info, and here's to another successful year at Homer Center.
Well, looking forward to coming up and telling you all the great things that occur this year. So thanks for having us.